Morning, Jason.
How's things shaping up for the day of racing ahead at Tauranga?
Yeah, looks pretty nice. A little bit overcast outside, but track's come up dead poor, so I'd expect it to be racing pretty perfect today. It should be ideal for all runners.
5-year-old daughter of Satherbiel is Sapera. She was brilliant last campaign, Group 1 placed, Group 2 winner, and she's $1.90 on option 923 to win the Gartshaw Tauranga Stakes. Firstly, her fresh up second at Ellerslie. What did you make of that performance, having to carry such a big weight and conceding to others?
Yeah, it was an excellent run. Had the 60 kilos on her back, and sort of at the 600, didn't think I was going that good, but when I presented her, she quickened really nicely under the 60, and so with the run under her back, she's going to have the obvious improvement in her, and stepping up to a mile, it's going to be a big assist as well.
What's the word from track work for her? She come on quite a bit?
Her work's been pretty good. I do most of the fast work on her, so she's come through that run really well, and Ken and Bev are very happy with her coming into this race, and it's a nice stepping stone onto a couple of other bigger features later in the season.
Where do you see her positioning in the running from that barrier draw?
Look, she sort of blew the gates last time at Ellerslie, and that's unusual for her, and I just think she got a little bit out of her comfort zone. She didn't travel that good from the 800 to the home turn. So probably from that little bit of an awkward gate of 8 today, I'll probably just look to ride her back and try and ride her patient and just bring her into the race late.
How much confidence do you have in her turn of foot late in her races? She really can be brilliant on occasions.
Yeah, we've seen her come from the back on numerous occasions, and I think that's the way she likes to race. So she has got a brilliant turn of foot. So if I ride her patience, I might just be able to get out and get around them and kind of loop them. So hopefully I'm going that well and can do that.
Gee, you've picked up some other outstanding rides on the card. I know most of them you haven't had an association with before, but on paper they look very good indeed, including the second race, the Axum 3-year-old with Rio Dini at $1.90, who's unbeaten 2 from 2 and resumed fresh with a very strong win. What do you make of what you've seen of this horse?
Yeah, I've been impressed by this horse. He's looked very good on both occasions to the races, and he looks pretty tractable, and he should be still on the upness and improving all the time. So he's looked good, and he should be a very good ride.
He seems quite a powerful sort of galloper as well. He's a son of Praser, so 1,400 metres stepping up in distance. That probably shouldn't be an issue with Nigel Tiley, the conditioner. Yeah,
Nigel will do a great job with him, and he knows what he's doing with a nice horse. So this is a nice stepping stone for her. For him coming out of sort of just a rating 65 race last time there, but had a little bit of practice on the track, so that should help. And he looks like a very nice horse.
So that's the Ixom 3-year-old with Rio Dini. And race number 5, Distance Affair and Miss Tumut for Tony Pike is your ride. $4.50. Yatima is at $3.50. Sauvignon Blanc is wedged in between them price-wise at $4.20. Looks like a pretty good ride, this Miss Tumut as well in the 5th.
Well, she was pretty good first up, winning at Rotorua. Probably a little bit of a surprise to most people, but because most of her form has been over a trip. But she's a course winner. She's got a bit going to her. I thought she hit the line really nicely at Counties last time after getting well back and probably doing her best work late. So she kind of looked like she had a bit of a flashing light on her that day. And so third up, stepping up to 2,100 again, she looks like an obvious chance there.
She's drawn a really good gait, and at times when she has stepped up over ground, she's been able to find a spot a little bit closer in the running. I suppose you'll wait on sort of instructions, but do you have sort of any plans in your head at this early stage?
Well, I just went back and I saw the race that she did win at Tauranga with Andrew Calder on her, and she sort of ended up in the 1-1 going out of the straight the first time. So she can take up a bit of position, but she did get shuffled back to sort of midfield down by the 1,100-1,200 metre mark. So, form on the course is always good at Taronga. So if they can handle that track, well, that's another plus in their favour.
When you're riding Tauranga, do you have any markers specifically that you look for, that you're trying to be in a certain spot or trying to start your move? Or is there anywhere on the golf course on the outside that you look at that when you get to that point you figure you've got to go?
Taronga can be a pretty tricky track because you're turning for a long way. You're turning from not long after the 1,000 metres, and it's a big sweeping bend. But really, you've got to be sort of looking to get out and get going past the 600, just to get some momentum up. You can sit and wait for lucky runs, but it can be a bit of a sweeper's track when you're getting over a little bit further distance. They seem to win off the front in the short races, but once they're getting up past 1,400 metres, it can be a bit of a sweeper's track. So it can be tricky, but I've had enough practice around there.
Yeah, that is for sure. Speaking about the racetrack, not the golf course there. Melt is another ride of yours for Nigel Tyler. Looking forward to seeing her resume in New Zealand as a 4-year-old. We've seen her trial up, and it was a handy enough trial, not a huge amount to be gained, being just a couple of other horses and a heavy 11. But what are you hoping to see from the daughter of Efraj today?
I'm looking to see some of her 3-year-old form. When she was here, in races like the Hawke's Bay Guineas and a couple of those other races where she was pretty big, and I think she was favourite going into 1,000 Guineas last year, and was a little bit disappointed in the race. But she's high class at best, and she's been to Sydney where she didn't fire up, and she's back home with Nigel now. So I'm hoping that he's got her right, and she can come back to her best form.
Yeah, second to Madison County, and then of course Michael Coleman himself was on media sensation, winning the 1,000 Guineas, and Melt didn't seem to handle the trip or cop the trip that well. She's $3 today in race number 6 with She's Not Bad 420, Speedy Media at 5, Damazoro 7, and Bevan Street there at $8. Okay, Michael, we'll go through your book of rides now and bring up that information for those that are wanting to follow you on the Punters Lounge Live. Heaven More is race number 1, Riadini race 2, Lady Lax 3, Miss Tumut race 5, Melt race 6, Sapira 7, and Sir Aglavale race number 8. Which of those 7 horses could you nominate as your best?
I'm probably going to go with the obvious one, the $1.90 favourite, Riadini. He's just looked like he's got a fair bit of a future. So it looks like race 2 should be his for the taking.
Great stuff. Hey, look, appreciate your time. 7 rides for Michael Coleman. Outstanding book there, and there'll be at least a couple of winners amongst them.